All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. It is Monday, July 3rd, 2023. Just want to give a quick heads up. Today is kind of a half day. The market, here we go, right away. Monday, July 3rd is a market holiday in observance of Independence Day, as you know. Tomorrow, the holiday is tomorrow. Market will be closed tomorrow, so no morning note. But today the market will be closed at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. So again, what do I expect? More chop. Just choppy today. We're looking at the price action now. We'll see what we get, obviously, but we're going to keep an eye on things as we go. Just because there's nothing to do doesn't mean there is nothing to do. We could still work. All right, let's get to it. Dow futures down about 70 points. A lot of that is United Healthcare. NASDAQ this morning. Let me go ahead and bring this up. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, we have the Dow down 71, NASDAQ up about 13. Bulk of that is NVIDIA, mind you, NVIDIA. Is UNH down today? I want to make sure because that was down this morning. I want to make sure I have the right info for you guys. Yep, UNH is probably the big part of that. They're down about 0.32%. So they're the heaviest weighted on the Dow. So that's why the Dow futures are down about 71 points. NASDAQ about 14 because Tesla's up about 6% this morning. Shows how flat the market is in a whole sense. S&P down about 3 points, 44.84. The Russell's up marginally, 19.04. This is what happens the day before a holiday. VIX 1378 up 1.4%. I don't expect much, if I can be honest, guys. Crude oil bounced today. We put the headline this morning on our market blog. If you are interested, take a look at it here. We'll start reading it directly from the blog, all the stuff that I wrote this morning. Where are we? Okay, so 5 a.m. Saudi will voluntarily cut 1 million barrels per day for another month. That brought oil higher. That was at 71.55 this morning. It is down from that level. So I have an alert above 72 for a break. We talked about that already. Here you go. This is from the futures chat yesterday at 6:16 p.m. I said futures are looking pretty flat right now, but we will see if we see anything changes. One thing that's standing out to me, crude oil, let's place an alert above 72. We're above the 20-day MA. So we might be able to have a room for upside, maybe a scalp. So I did write that, but nothing has opened yet. Some other stuff. We had some pre-market stuff, and then we had one more heads up from the oil front, if I can find it. First it was, here we go. Oil futures rallied to session high. There was something else here. I think Russia was also cut here. Russia will reduce oil supply by 500,000 barrels per day by cutting its exports by that quantity to global markets. So that's why we started getting a little bit of a push in oil. So we're going to keep an eye on energy stocks today, for sure. Again, I put also the schedule for the day and what we're expecting. So this morning we'll have global manufacturing PMI at 9:45. We have construction spending month over month for May at 10 a.m. ISM manufacturing index at 10 a.m. Markets closed at 1, and we have Caxton China services PMI overnight. So again, not tons of stuff. Let's take a look at the calendar coming up. I did the video recapping the week, recapping the half, the quarter, the month, the week. So feel free to check out that last video if you haven't already on our YouTube channel. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We'd love to have you on board. And you can see here all the calendar really for Monday, pretty quiet. Nothing tomorrow as the market is closed. Factory orders tomorrow on Wednesday, durable goods. FOMC meeting minutes, we're going to keep an eye on that. Thursday, private payrolls, and Friday, non-farm payroll reports. So we need to get ready. We need to get set for the day and the week. Let's go ahead and go around the horn. Gold is down about 0.11%. So again, looking at the future side, anything that stands out, dollar yen, I'm keeping an eye on that for a break of 145 possibly. Bitcoin futures are up, so a little bit of a risk on sentiment, obviously 30,980. Let's get to the meat of the charts. S&P 500 here, if we can go to maximize sell, we can get above 45.01. Nick, you want to turn that down? Nick is in his own world. Nick, my VP, is actually listening to some music, so I apologize for the music being a little loud. 45.01 this morning. That's what we're looking for a break on S&P 500 futures. If we do break above that, I'm keeping an eye on this zone about 45.50 to around 46.19. That'll be my zone of target. Let's go ahead and take a look at NASDAQ this morning. And I want to get above 15.4. 15.4, I'll start taking a look at 15.708. Pretty similar zone that we're looking at on ES. Again, we traded ES and NQ on Friday. Worked out perfectly for us. Well done to the futures team. YM, Dow futures. Let's see if we get this breakout. above 34,707, then we can go ahead as up as this near resistance that we had, the August highs, and we're going to target around 35,534, maybe 35,600, 35,60 or something. Wait, 35,6, yeah, 35,6 sounds about right. So that's what we're looking for in terms of the indices. Tesla, the delivery numbers, we posted that on the weekend. Let's take a look at the hourly in this price action. Run out of gas. Again, prepared to get chopped. Do not chase this move on Tesla. If you're trying to trade this week, understand, short week, short day today, tomorrow the market's closed. So just wait. If we get the break above 283.43, it needs to be momentum focused, meaning you want to get out as quick as you can for profit. If you want to swing it, let the runners do the work. So we want to get above 283.43. That's part of our watch list. That's what my focus is on this morning if we get it. JPM, the banks, 146.04. I'm waiting for that break. That's something that I will be watching very, very closely as we are getting a beautiful breakout on JPM. Problem is, well, actually no problem. We don't have a gap, thankfully. But anyways, since we are breaking out, we're going to be keeping an eye on the 146 target. Then we'll see what the volume shows us for the week. Maybe as high as around 148, 149. I doubt it. 150 would be the next resistance. Let's put an alert there. And if we get there, we definitely want to get out of any calls at that very moment. And one more for the road. We'll go to Apple. Apple is the one that doesn't stop, right? Apple pulled back on some news about their headset. They didn't have as many. They're not ordering as much from the manufacturer or the suppliers as much as they expected. So again, what are we doing with Apple? Well, we need to break the recent highs before we do anything. So, yep, in terms of resistance, well, resistance is futile when it comes to Apple because that thing keeps going up. So if we get a break above 194.48, we'll take a look at the volume and see if we get continuation. And that's it. All right, good morning. Have a good 4th. Thank you, Trevor. Appreciate you as well. Stay safe out there with the fireworks. People lose fingers all the time. Morning, Carlos. With the current state of the economy, war in Ukraine, interest rate levels, would it make sense for the S&P to close at all-time highs at the end of the year? Yes. Since you're talking about, now let's make sure, I want to go like both points. They're very good ones. The war in Ukraine, that hasn't changed since last year. What's the difference? Now we have an event, possibly. What's the event? We know the war is going on. Unless, there's going to be a nuclear war, which we certainly hope that doesn't happen, then stocks really don't matter. If that's the case, it wouldn't even matter. GAR wouldn't be available. It's when we have nukes flying. So let's go ahead and throw that to the side. Let's just say with this war continuing, it's been continuing. And this is the price action we're getting. What happens if there's a peace deal? What happens if there's a ceasefire? Oop, higher. How about the economy, the current state of the economy? Let's be honest, guys. The economy is not the stock market. The stock market is not the economy. We're not economists, but hey, you know what? I could play one on TV, right? That's the way it goes with economists, right? So what does that really mean? Well, the economy is bad. Well, economics depends on the barometer you use. Unemployment rate is at decade lows. That doesn't sound very bearish. We're getting a little bit of a pop in manufacturing. That's pretty bullish. It's pretty good. Yes, there is some cracks in the system. Inversion of the yield curve. Yes, we just had a recession technically last year. We did. It's very rare to have a double dip, and we did. We had it for 2 years, 2 recessions in 3 years, COVID and then the inflation scare or inflation shock, let's just call it. So historically speaking, are we due for a bear market? Yeah, just not this year. Not seasonally speaking, not historically speaking, it just doesn't happen. Next year, could we get a pullback? Yeah, I hope so. Wouldn't you want to buy more shares at a lower price? This is where in a bull market, you're getting excited for pullbacks. Now, again, this could all fall over, and then we have nuclear war, and then, of course, Carlos, see, you're so stupid. You should have not said all-time highs is coming in the S&P. You didn't think about that nuke going off. Yeah, well, I don't think any of us will be alive for us to say that I was wrong. So let's just go ahead and assume that most things stay the way they are, right? Other than the Black Swan event, I've heard, Airbnb crash, yet the stock is up, which is strange. And you have real estate issues, and that's fine, but we're actually in a housing shortage. And again, interest rates can go higher, but we're in the tail end of what the Fed is hiking, the tail end. Because we know that because they paused already. They have. They paused for 1 month. Let's see if they rate hike again in July. Here's also the other issue. We're already pricing in another 25 basis points for July. So what if we pause then? The pain trade is to the upside. This is very similar in 2022 when everyone was trying to buy the dip in a bear market. Are we ever going to go back up? Are you kidding me? We keep falling. Invert that to 2023. Are we ever going to fall? All we keep doing is going up. This is cycles. But the main point is that the economy is not the stock market. The stock market is the economy. The stock market front runs the economy. Front runs. They are pricing in a really good economy at this moment. Are they wrong? Price action to me is never wrong because it's based on supply on demand. You don't know the resilience of the markets. Could get all-time highs with nukes. Yeah, I don't think I would be running out to go ahead to my TOS to buy stocks when there's a nuclear launch. Probably smart. The only other situation I can think of, I remember Art Cashin wrote a piece on CNBC about it. It was about the Cuban Missile Crisis. And he was working for UBS at the time, and they placed a note, buy the nuclear apocalypse. Like buy stocks on the verge of nuclear apocalypse. They were right. And again, if you're wrong, well, I guess, worse things are happening, are out there. But yes, guys, historically speaking, stocks go higher. We know that. And it's really based on one factor, guys, the dollar. The dollar. The dollar has gone down since the invention of the Federal Reserve, down 98% in value, and stocks are going up. That is correlated. It's an inverse correlation. When you have something priced in dollars and the dollar gets weaker, what happens to that asset? It goes higher. And again, all we're doing right now when it comes to just doing every day is taking advantage of every little minute of an imbalance. Everything is imbalanced. So we're just trying to take advantage of those imbalances. Pennies on the dollar, hundreds of thousands of times. And that's really what builds profit. And that's what we're trying to do. We're just speculators when we're trading. We're investors when we invest. But when it comes to speculation, it comes to trading, it's all about, seeing the now. What are we looking for now? We need to have a goal. We need to have a target. We need to see where we're going. Stick to the analysis. Do your homework. Read those conference calls. Read the Wall Street Journal every day. Read the headlines. What's changing? So important. You get what you put in anything in life. That including trading. But great question. All right, guys, we'll go and leave it there. Again, watch Tesla starting to pull back here. And again, I don't want to do any kind of puts or anything. We did fill that gap, at least on the pre-market. So I think comfortably speaking, we can talk about this gap being filled, target hit. I had the 260 calls last week with the team. We could have rolled it if we wanted to, but it was a binary event. We didn't know if we were going to beat on deliveries or not. We know we were going to fill the gap, but a little higher as a Tesla investor, no problemo. I'm happy with that. But it looks like we're going to get a little bit of chop, a pullback. If you are long Tesla, let's say you had calls and you rolled the dice, you need to be getting out of those today. Find a way to escape today and take your money and enjoy. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your morning. We'll be on Discord until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the market is closed at that time. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your 4th. Stay safe. We will see you guys on Monday. Cheers. And happy birthday, America.